Hello there. How do you sum up 2016 in one word? I know. Ah! Or if you're not a fan of brevity, I can do it in 2 words. Fuck's sakes. Where to start though? Well, how about we start with the Grim Reaper's checklist for the year? Absolute bloody carnage. Rickman, Bowie, Wogan, Prince, Ali, Cruyff, Ahern, Wilder, Corbett, Sachs. Wasn't all bad though. We did lose Paul Daniels, and to paraphrase the little man's words, you like this quite a lot. Now, I'm putting all this down to karmic payback after the death of Margaret Thatcher. Clearly, she's gone down and privatised hell, and the devil wants some payback for this. We'll probably lose half the planet when Farage dies, but then again, we'll lose the whole planet once we've got President Trump. It's quite a pity, because I was quite looking forward to Westworld Season 2 as well. Anyway, let's address the elephant in the living room of Britain this year, Brexit. Once again, we have proof positive that if you give people in this country a vote, they'll do something fucking idiotic with it. For instance, letting a dog win Britain's Got Talent, having a girl who does nothing but watch telly win I'm a Celebrity, or find whatever chicken in a basket entertainer who will be back stacking shelves in Aldi next year win the X Factor. Now, as I see it, there were 3 types of people that voted out in this Brexit vote. I put it down to the acronym CORE, because it was the cretinous, the old, and the racist. None of these are mutually exclusive, obviously. Now, obviously, the cretinous, the stupid, you can do nothing about, because you give a monkey a gun and sooner or later the fucker will shoot himself. The old are a massive problem, because the elderly are the ones that cost Scotland independence. The old are the reason why we've got the Tories in charge now. And of course, with global warming, we're just not getting the winters we used to have. And as far as racism goes, well, can I just tell you this? There are only 2 things in this world that burn a hole into my soul. One is racism of any kind, and the second is the fucking English. Since June, I've been hearing about hard Brexit, soft Brexit, grey Brexit, red, white and blue Brexit. The only one I haven't heard yet is Joseph and his amazing Technicolor at Brexit, but give it a few weeks. And there was even confusion over the word Brexit. Andrew R.T. Davis, who is leader of the Conservatives in Wales, called it breakfast. Again, Andrew and his boys have always been about the full English in this country. And from one shit shower to another, President Donald J. Trump, God help us. The US election was the same day as my birthday this year, and all I wanted was for that big ginger twat not to win. Well, I'll just ask for a book token next year. At least there was that small crumb of comfort in knowing that the Americans had retained their title of fuckwits of the planet by putting a tangerine conman in the White House. Then again, a lot of people have said if it hadn't been for Brexit, the Americans wouldn't have done what they did. So I think it's safe to say we still come out of this looking as thick as pig shit. But 2016 wasn't all bad. I had a nice piece of cake back in April. The new Star Wars came out and wasn't too bad. And finally we find out that Darth Vader is from Rhyl, which does explain the violence, I suppose. And of course, during the summer, the Welsh football team came 3rd in the Euro Championships. Not a bad attempt for a small country. The England team did want to help celebrate by taking a picture of them enjoying our success. Unfortunately, Harry Kane got the shot wrong and Joe Hart dropped the camera. Now, to be honest, I did find it hard to watch the Wales versus Northern Ireland match, because that was the day after the Brexit vote and 52% of the Welsh population had voted out. At one point, I did think they were going to play God Save the Queen twice at the start. Only one thing came close to matching Wales' success at the Euros, and that was England's complete failure. Imagine losing to a shop. They must be shitting bricks in case they face Asda or Lidl's in the World Cup. And that was 2016. Some good bits, but overall, utterly shite. Is 2017 going to be any better? 3 words for you. President Donald Trump. So, no. So why not turn a negative into a positive and start putting a few bets down on people that might be dead next year? There'll be a lot of Americans going because no one wants to live under a Trump presidency. But my big bet for the dead pool next year is the Labour Party. Because let's be honest, they've been committing suicide all through 2016. There we are then. That's it, folks. See you next year, if we're all still alive. Happy days, eh?